be recorded and sent to all of you. So let's start. Just allow me 1 second. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Thank you so much for joining. This session is going to be about how to build your cybersecurity careers in 5 steps. And it's kind of guarantee if you follow those 5 steps, you will be able to build a cybersecurity career from scratch or switch from your current career to cybersecurity. My name is Mohammed Atef. I'm the founder of InfoSec4TC, and we are doing this awareness session with Maqdam Technology, one of the most common learning institute in Doha. The session will be around 45 minutes, and then we're going to start taking questions in case you have any. So let's start. So just to make sure that the session will be effective, we need to identify what is the ideal audience of this session. Gentlemen and ladies, in any time, if my voice is not clear or presentation is not clear, please let me know. So before start talking about how to build a career in cybersecurity in a very clear way and very clear objective or very clear phases, let me just explain who's the audience of this workshop, who will get the best of this session. First, fresh graduate, candidates who just graduated from college or from high school and they want to work in cybersecurity because maybe they heard that they are paying quite well, or maybe they heard it's not a pure technical subject and they want to join, but exactly they don't know how to start. This is one audience category. Second one is the people who are searching for cybersecurity jobs. They are working in different fields. It could be an IT field, it could be a project management, and they want to join cybersecurity, but also they are confused about what is the best way to start getting some skills and how long it's going to take. And they are also confused about their background. Is it suitable for cybersecurity or not? Third category for this session is candidates who start to take training and certificate in cybersecurity. However, they are not able to find jobs. And we have a big portion of people who are facing this problem. They are convinced that cybersecurity is a very good career and it has a very high demand in the market right now. And they start taking courses and certificate, but they still cannot find a job. They are applying for jobs. They never even get an interview. This also is a category that we are talking about today. We also have two different categories: part-timer, which is maybe someone is working somewhere and he can, or he's looking for a part-time job that he can do remotely or he can provide online. This is also suitable for them. And finally, candidates who are looking to work remotely. And we're going to demonstrate whatever we are talking about today. I'll be showing you evidence. So it's not really a theoretical topic to cover. So people who are looking for a remote job, maybe someone who prefer to work remotely and from a specific location, or maybe housewives, or maybe a mother that she is looking to work a job, but remotely is more suitable for her. All those categories are the right audience for today's session. So before we start, let's do a small research about cybersecurity jobs. Is it worth, actually trying or building a career in cybersecurity? I mean, if you decide to build a career in cybersecurity, definitely you're going to invest in time and effort and money to be able to build a career. It's really worth doing that, or it's not really, it's maybe a booming field that we are hearing, but realistically, it's not like what people is talking about. Let's do a small research before completing our presentation about cybersecurity. Is there a gap in the market? Is there really cybersecurity jobs available? Just by Googling, like for instance, available 2022 cybersecurity jobs. How much jobs in the market about cybersecurity? Okay. And you will find not thousands, millions of jobs available for cybersecurity. Available means they cannot find qualified candidates to fulfill these jobs. So it's not like a position available and whoever gonna apply will get the jobs. The challenge is that they are not even able to find jobs. Able to find candidates in cybersecurity. You can search by country or by city or by region. So if you search for cybersecurity jobs in, for instance, Doha, Qatar, or in Dubai, and see the amount of jobs available in cybersecurity. Okay, how much jobs available? You will see a lot of them in different search engine and different job portal. In Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, in any place, how much cybersecurity jobs available? It's always available, and they always have gaps finding the right people. Okay. Now, what about if you are not looking for a permanent jobs because you are really not located in Dubai, or you are not located in Doha or Saudi Arabia or any other country? You are located maybe in a different country, and you are looking to do something remotely. Is there any cybersecurity jobs that can be done remotely? Actually, cybersecurity is one of the fields that has a lot of remote job, because what we are doing can be done actually remotely. So if you search for cybersecurity remote jobs, you will see the amount of jobs available remotely that you can do part-time or full-time from anywhere in the world. And you can even see the amount of money they are taking. I mean, what is their average salary? So I will not waste your time searching, because you can do that yourself. Sorry, let's, remove Dubai. And see the amount of cybersecurity jobs available remotely and their average salary as well. And you can see they are actually paying quite well for working remotely and getting that much money monthly or weekly or project based. It's really a very attractive kind of jobs. What about if you want to work as a part-timer? Okay, you already have your job. It's a government job. You don't want to lose that, but also you are looking to do something easily, maybe a documentation, maybe gap analysis, maybe something like that. Okay, what about cyber or part-time jobs? You know, main websites that provide freelancing jobs. If you go to one of them, like for instance, Upwork or Fiverr or any of those website, and search for people who provide cybersecurity services as a part-time, how much they are charging and how much they are making. $135 per hour. And you can see how much, if you go to their profile, you can see how much they are making. So what I'm trying to say is that cybersecurity, it's really a very good opportunities right now. There is a lot of demand for it, and there is a lot of gaps in right skills. Now, keep in mind cybersecurity, because whenever we speak about cybersecurity jobs, people start thinking about it's a technical field. I need to learn ethical hacking and forensic. It's not like that. Technical part of cybersecurity is 30%. Besides, cybersecurity is a very big field where we have technical jobs, administrative security jobs, physical security, people who are responsible for documentation, people. So there is a lot of opportunities there. You just need to identify what is the right opportunity for you, matching your skills and matching your technical background. or non-technical background in case you came from a non-technical field. So as a beginning, let's agree that cybersecurity, yes, there is a lot of opportunity right now, and you have a lot of advantage. You can work permanently somewhere, you can work remotely, you can work as a part-time, and you can do the search yourself. Don't take my word for it. Just go to Google and search for jobs and see how much opportunities are available there. Okay, let's assume that you decided you were convinced after today's session and you said, yes, cybersecurity, it's the right field. I need to improve my position. I need to get a better jobs with higher salary, with a better career. So I decided to take cybersecurity training and start applying for jobs or looking for jobs. Because if you're going to search for any other jobs, you will not find the amount of jobs available in cybersecurity. Now, according to statistics, before moving to how can we build the career from scratch or switching our career, there is a very important fact that will give us some good indication. This actually was done by New York Times in 2021. So we are talking about statistic that happened last year, and definitely number has been increased, but this is the official statistic. There is 3.5 unfilled cybersecurity position in 2021, by the end of 2021. So the number is big, and actually this is not what I'm concerned about. Okay, we are talking about 3.5 unfilled position. The problem is a lot of people are thinking right now to switch their career to cybersecurity. They start taking training and certificate and so on. But even by the large amount of people who are switching their career in cybersecurity, still 1 in each 4 is even qualified, which means that people are qualifying themselves in the wrong way. Okay? So 1 in each 4 applying for a position is even qualified, and 3 is not. So we are talking about in the market, there is only 25% of people who are trying to get into the cybersecurity are qualified to find jobs. And we have 75% who are trying, but they are not able to get jobs. Jobs is there, and they are taking training and courses, but they cannot find jobs. So where is the gap? And this is what we need to talk about. So if any of you guys decided to switch their career or start a career in cybersecurity, what exactly are they going to do? Definitely, they're going to start taking courses and taking certificates. So they will say, okay, let me see where are the best training center, maybe online or physical. Let me take few courses and let me take few certificates, and then I'm going to start applying. This is how people are thinking when it comes to building a cybersecurity career. Okay, fine. Let's assume that you actually did that already. You took few courses and you spent that much money and you took some certificate, and then you start applying for jobs. Okay. You still have a very important gaps, which is the real life experience. And I'm talking especially about cybersecurity. So you still are you will get the knowledge for sure. Training will get you the knowledge. What risk management mean, what is access control, what is incident management. You will learn that, this is for sure. But do you have the real experience? Let me give you an example about what I'm talking about. We didn't start the 5 steps yet, but the introduction is quite important because you need to identify where is the weakness, what is the gap. This is a realistic job description. This is an opening for an information security specialist. Okay, so assume that you took training and you got few certificate, and those are the best cybersecurity certificate, and then you start applying for jobs. Let's see this opening, for instance, because this specific position is a very common position, and actually most of the cybersecurity available position are specialist, information or cybersecurity specialists. So when it comes to the skills that the business or the company is needed, as you can see, they need someone who knows how to develop and implement an information security policy framework. Do you know about that? Maybe you know what is a policy, but did you ever implement a full information security policy framework? You got the definition, but you didn't do that realistically. Did you ever implemented a business continuity planning or a disaster recovery planning? Yes, you heard about it in the courses. You know the different component of the training. If you got an exam, you can reply to the exam, but you never did that realistically. You never work with a business to implement for them a real business continuity planning. Did you ever conducting a real vulnerability assessment? No, I know what is a vulnerability management. I know what is a vulnerability assessment, but I never did that before. This is the gap that the market is looking for. And if you can fulfill the gap, I can guarantee 100% that you will be able to find job easily. And not just one job, but more than one job. So this is what we are talking about today, the technical experience. How can I get, not technical experience, the realistic experience that will let me apply for jobs, go for an interview, and whenever they ask me about an activity or a product or an operational task, I can reply back. I can tell them, yes, I did the disaster recovery planning before. Yes, I know about vulnerability management and I use this specific tool. And here is the report, how it looked like. And we send the report to this specific team and so on. I know about risk management and here is how we are doing. I'm familiar with GRC. If you explain the concept realistically and not just as a theoretical concept, 100%, this is what business is looking for. Because we saw there is a gap in the market. We saw that jobs are available. But the problem is basic knowledge will not help you. Training and certificate will not help you. If you got the concept, it's good for you. But can you transfer this concept to real implementation? Because company will not invest in you. They will not hire you and start teaching you. And then when you find another opportunity, you would let them go. It's not working like that. So what we are really looking for, even in our project, whenever we have a cybersecurity project for a standard or a technology or something like that, we really face a big problem finding the right resources for it. So if you can work on that, this actually what you need to be able to find the cybersecurity job easily. You need to be familiar with what real cybersecurity professional is doing. You need to be familiar with standard and compliance and regulation and operational activity and cybersecurity product like DLP, like data classification. You need to be familiar with that. Training will not give you that. And this is quite important. And today's standard and compliance, it's mandatory in any government and in any business. So for instance, in Qatar, they are following National Information Security Standard Framework, where any entity who are working in Qatar, private, government, academics, they need to follow that. In Dubai, they are following Information Security Regulation or ISR. If you are not familiar with that, you will not find an opportunity in Qatar or Dubai or Saudi Arabia or US or Europe. Each country now and each entity, they have standards, cybersecurity or information standard, security standards that they are following. Even each business type, like healthcare, they are also following a specific standard. Finance, they have their own standard. You need to be familiar with it. But what do we mean by familiar? Familiar mean you read the document? No, familiar mean you know how you can implement that. Because all business and all academic and government, they are enforced to implement security in their organization. It's not an optional right now. It's enforced by law and enforced by government. It has to be done this way. So you need to know what exactly are we doing in our daily activity, operational task, and standard, how we are implementing that realistically, and what is the main challenge that we are facing, what tool are we using. This is quite important, and this is exactly what you need to work on it to be able to build a career in cybersecurity. So now let's take the 5 steps that we can do to build a career in cybersecurity. And again, I guarantee that if you follow those five steps, you will end up getting a job easily. The first step is to identify what is the suitable cybersecurity jobs. Okay, we don't have something called cybersecurity job in general. I cannot keep applying for all kinds of jobs. okay, a penetration tester, a SOC analyst, a cybersecurity specialist, a cloud security professional. It's not working this way. We need to start by identifying what is the right cybersecurity jobs that I can start preparing myself, because some of them will need deep technical knowledge and some of them will not need that much deep or that depth in technical knowledge. So a position like a cyber or information security specialist, this is the most common cybersecurity jobs. And according to the last statistic, there was around I think 3 million, I don't recall the number actually, but it was a huge amount of position for this specific one, because this actually is not a deep technical position. You are involved in some technical activity, but you are making sure that other technical team are doing everything according to the standard and best practice. But also it involves some activity related to business department. So you're going to follow up with HR department, to finance department, top management. So it's not really a pure technical. The technicality in this job is only 30%. And if you are just starting, this is the right position for you. Cyber or information security specialist. Both of them are the same, except the scope of the work is a little bit different. While cybersecurity engineer, it's a very technical position. You need to have a lot of technical experience with many products like firewall and IPS. SOC analysts need to have some forensic experience. So there is a lot of opportunities. You need to start with the suitable one for you. And what is the suitable one for you is the first one. If you just start in cybersecurity, which only need to have basic computer knowledge, even if you came from a non-IT field, like you are a project manager, or maybe you are a network engineer, or maybe you are someone who just started in IT, or switching from a project management or a business field to a technical field. This will be quite suitable because it's not quietly deep and it has a lot of logic inside. So you don't really suffer while you are building a career as a cybersecurity specialist. So the first step is my voice clear, guys? Because I'm getting a message. Is there any problem with the voice or the presentation?
No, Dr. Atef.
Okay, thank you so much.
The first step.
Thank you so
Everything
much.
is okay. The voice and the screen, everything is okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, the first step is to identify what is the suitable job for you. And this is actually extremely important. Second step, which is also very, very important, is to evaluate your background. Different people who will apply for a cybersecurity position will come from different backgrounds. Some of you are just fresh graduates, so they don't have any experience at all. While other people, they may have some network experience, or other people may have development experience, or some people working in support or project management. So it's important to identify what is your background and what are the missing skills to be able to apply for a cybersecurity position. So this specific step is very, very important, and spending some time identifying the skills needed with the skills that you have, it's quite important. Even if you find that there is like a big gaps between your own knowledge and between what skills you need to learn, at least you know exactly what you need to learn. You will not randomly go here and there and start taking training for no reason. I need to learn for instance, risk management. I have no idea about risk management. So I know that this specific topic need to be, it's one of the main skills needed as a cybersecurity specialist. I need to learn that. I don't need to take a 40-hour training where I will end up with nothing. No, I need to take something specially about that. And when we are talking about learning skills, I'm talking about realistic way. So the second step is that you need to identify your skills and also identify the skills needed for the first step. After doing that, you need to start building the foundation. You cannot jump right away to the realistic part. You need to understand exactly what are the foundations that you need to learn. When I'm talking about any specific topic in cybersecurity, business continuity, disaster recovery, asset management, access, I need to understand those concepts in a very basic way first. What exactly does it mean? And what is the importance of doing that in a real organization? And what will happen if I don't implement that? So I need to build a brief foundation. And this is where I can take some training or courses, not necessarily official training. I can search for a few videos online about this specific topic. What does it mean? So I need to build a foundation with the basics knowledge about the skills that I'm missing. And then moving to step 4. And I believe this is the most important step. This actually is the step, if you can do it in the right way, that's it, you will not have any problem, which is practicing in a real cybersecurity environment. Okay, I may learn a lot of concept, which is good, but still, how can I implement that in a real environment? Because things are not going that straightforward. There is dependency, there is a prerequisite, there is a standard, there is senior management that you need to take an approval for some activity. So we need to, or actually this is the main step in the full framework. If you do the 5 steps, but you miss the 4th step, it will not do any, it will not be helping. So practicing real cybersecurity projects and operational activity, because our work consists of 2 different parts: projects and operational activity. Project like implementing standard, implementing enterprise solution like antivirus, DLP, firewall, and so on. And in the other hand, the operational activity. We are following up daily the threat intelligence, the antivirus, the breach incident. So we have 2 different activities. If you start practicing that realistically, you do real document, real process, following up with real implementation, this actually what will solve the problem for you. Practicing in real cybersecurity projects and operational tasks. And by the end of the session, I will tell you what can be done and solve this problem in case you don't have a place where you can take an internship or work with them for a while to get the real knowledge. But this is the main or the core of the 5 steps to build your cybersecurity career. Final step, and as I told you, you need to understand the practical part of the implementation, how we are doing that in business, the operational task, what is the main milestone of any cybersecurity project, the documentation. Okay, if you never saw a real document, a real business continuity planning, how we are doing it, how we are testing it, it's not enough to know the basic knowledge about it. Final step is to get certified. Once I get the real knowledge, I need to get something showing that I have the knowledge. It's like you learn how to drive and now you drive very well, but you don't have a driver license. No one will hire you. People, I'm sorry, no one will give you his car. To be able to find the jobs, you need to have the knowledge and you need to have the certificate, which is like a driver license in our business. If you only have the certificate, which is easy, by the way, some people only study to pass the exam and get the certificate for cybersecurity. And then when they apply for a job, they don't know how to implement or they don't know how to explain for the interviewer the implementation. And some people will have the knowledge, but they don't have a certificate. They will not even be called for an interview. Because when an interviewer sees that you hold some certificate, it has some indication. Okay, so the final step is to be certified, but to be certified with the right certifications. There is a lot of certificate for cybersecurity in the market. Some of them is useless, just waste of money. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have the right certificate. If any one of you guys is coming from a project management background or know about project management, they will know, for instance, if I need to work as a project manager, I need to hold the PMP. Definitely, this will help me to find a job. Same area or same concept apply in cybersecurity. The best cybersecurity certificates that match the positions that I'm talking about is the CISSP. So this is the best certificate to get in case you have the knowledge, and you just need a certificate showing that you are ready to join the market. Those are the 5 steps that you need to do to be able to find the cybersecurity jobs easily. And you will not face any problem, even if you decide one day to switch from one job to another job, because there's a lot of opening in cybersecurity. According to that, we, Infosec and Miqdam Technology, we decided to do something that may help in this field. Miqdam Technology is a very well-known training institute. They have the training approach. They have the market needs, the strategy. Infosec is a cybersecurity company. We are working in cybersecurity project, standard implementation, compliance, security, enterprise security solution implementation. So we decided to have a program that is based on real project. It's more as an internship. If today you have an option to join a program that will allow you to practice cybersecurity realistically, working on real projects, working on real tasks, I think this may fulfill the gaps that we were talking about. So step number 4, which is usually the main challenge in the framework that we spoke about, we sought to do something realistic, not a traditional training, but a training that is more as an internship. It's called the Cybersecurity Specialist Workshop. And actually, this program has been live since 1.5 years. And I'm going to show you some results within a few minutes. The program is following a top-down approach, which means that you will not be learning by going or taking live class where we're going to start explaining what is confidentiality, integrity, availability, and this kind of training. No, we will take a project and start talking about or start doing the implementation. And you're going to be a member of the implementation team. So you are learning based on, you are learning while working. Because think about it, if you are working somewhere, even if you don't want to learn, but this is what you are doing every day, activity and operational activity, and you are a member of many projects, you will learn. After a few months, definitely you will learn, even if you don't want to. So this approach showed us, because we started this program on April 2021, that this is the best approach if people start working on real project and real data. The knowledge that they will get if you spend 6 or 8 months working on real projects, definitely you will end up having the knowledge and skills that you can write it down in your CV. You can write down that I know how to implement a full information security policy framework. I'm familiar with vulnerability management process or risk management process. I did a business continuity planning using real information for a specific company. You can write that and not just write it in your CV, but you can reply for any interview, or you can explain it in any job interview. So a top-down approach, it's much better. While if you spend the same amount of time taking courses and certificate, you will not get this type of confidence that, no, I did that myself. So now I can confidently write down in my CV that I have knowledge related to that. Because learning is usually more effective while you are working. And think about your current position, what you are doing right now, whatever job you have. When you joined the current job that you have right now, and did you have the same amount of experience that you have today? From where the experience came? It came from the training, or it came from the real work and the real business and the real problems that you are facing? So the program is more as an internship that is based on 5 real cybersecurity projects. And those projects have real information. You will be involved in 5 projects and a lot of operational activity, things that we are doing day by day. And you're going to have to do tasks yourself. And those tasks, it's a real business task, and you have to do it based on a timeline, and you have to submit those assignments, and it could be accepted or rejected because it has to be done according to the business need. So what I'm trying to say here is that this program is not actually like few lectures that you can attend, and you can say, okay, I'm fine, I can start applying for jobs. You will be involved, and you're gonna have to spend effort and time, and in many cases, you may do a project or an assignment or an operational activity, it could be rejected, and you have to do it again. So you're gonna do what we are doing daily and monthly and weekly. So whoever gonna join the program like that, he need to understand that he will do effort. It's not actually just to watch and that's it. Let me watch the video and I'm capable to write down in my CV that I know the skills. No, it will have involvement, and unless you do your effort, you will not gain the real skills. How exactly we are starting this program, which is considered an internship? We start by evaluating the background for each candidate, because actually when we started, we got people from different backgrounds. Some of them from a business background, technical background, project management. So we do a small evaluation for each of the candidates just to identify what kind of knowledge they have. Maybe he's fresh graduate. So accordingly, he may need to have some foundation about network, about encryption, so we qualify him first with the foundation level before starting the project. We will not take him the project right away. He will take a foundation phase just to make sure to fulfill whatever is remaining. So we start to identify the background. And according to that, we create a skill set matrix for each one of the candidates. So each one, we will write down what kind of knowledge he has, what is the weakness point, and what is his stress point. And this will allow us to track his progress according to the assignment. So if he didn't came from a network background and computer network is something new to him, maybe you're going to give him more assignment into network. So he will know more about baseline, about server security of any operating system server. He will know more about IPS, about firewall. We will enforce, or we will give him more assignment in the week, in his weakest area, so we can fulfill them. So each one will have a progress sheet where we can track where exactly he will be able to apply for, when exactly he's going to be ready to start applying for jobs. Because actually, whoever starts this program, we tell him, okay, if you're going to start the program of cybersecurity specialist, we need to tell you that you are not allowed to apply for jobs unless or until we tell you that you are ready. Because you cannot do one project and then start applying. You need to have the proper experience that will qualify you for the positions that we are preparing you for. Because actually we are preparing you for a specific position, not for any position, as I just explained. Now, let me show you some of the success stories. This actually was a new approach that we started in April 2021. And you can do actually the homework yourself. You can Google it. You can search for the cybersecurity specialist workshop and see the review for people who took the program and what was the challenge and what was the benefit. So if you just search for the program cybersecurity specialist workshop, you will get to see even organically on Google people who took the program and what they end up with. And you can search even for more information, because you will find this specific feedback about the program in different platforms. So it's not something that we are just initiating and we're going to see the result of this program, but it's something actually that we started around 1.5 years. And we saw the amount of people who were able to find jobs. And what was the result of that? So you can do your research if this is something that will be useful for you, if this is something that you think it will help you to build your career. Definitely, you can start considering the program, keeping in mind that it's an effort program, it's an internship. So you will have to do effort and you will have to do a lot of work to be able to achieve your goal. But what I can promise you is that if you do all the planned effort, and you work according to that, and you follow up with all the assignment, which is around 35 assignment, we have 5 project and 35 assignment, 100% there is no doubt that you will not face any problem finding a cybersecurity jobs. Beside the knowledge, which is the realistic knowledge now, not the theoretical knowledge, also you will be qualified to pass the exam, because some of the cybersecurity certifications and the exam are not easy to pass, especially the CISSPs that I was telling you about, because people who are applying to get the certificate, if they don't have the real knowledge, they will not get the exam from the first attempt, because most of the questions are scenario based, are tricky question. But since you're going to take realistic experience, then by the end of the program, if you're going to sit for the CISP exam, it will not take time. It maximum will take 2 weeks to pass the exam. So we will also qualify you to take the certificate, because it's one of the steps you need to be able to find jobs. How long is the program? Is a 8 months program. We are doing 2 sessions per month. So it's actually very relaxing program. We are working only on weekend, 2 sessions per month. So you will be involved and you will have the time to do the project, the implementation. We are meeting casual meeting whenever someone needs help in a project, in implementation, but it's an 8 months program. Some people can finish it in 6 months if they have some time, but this is the program duration. Finally, what is the deliverable of this program? First, you will get a letter of experience. You will not get a certificate. You will get a letter of experience because you really worked on a cybersecurity project. We will help you actually to make sure that you are qualified and your CV and LinkedIn profile are ready. And even after finishing the program, when you start the interviewing phase and you are getting through an interview, we will be supporting you for that. So the program will end up once you were able to find a job. But more important regarding the deliverable is not actually the paperwork or the project or what you're going to learn, is the confidence. Because once you work and you get your hand, as we are saying, dirty in the business, okay, you will feel comfortable attending any interview. You can freely speak about your experience and what challenge did you face. So this is the most important deliverable of this program. And finally, just to let you know, there is a 30 days money back. So you have 1 month. If this program is not really what you are looking for, there is no risk taking. You can request a refund and you can leave the program. So no risk is taking in case any one of you wanted to join the program. I'm done. This QR code includes all the program details. If you can scan it with your smartphone, you will get all the program details and start time and all the details about it. And now I'm open for any questions. Anyone who have a question, you can open the mic and speak. I enabled the mic, so please feel free to open the mic and speak in case you have any question.
Many thanks, Dr. Atef, for this informative session, and we are proud that we attended this session. Really, I have question. In actual fact, I need you to give us idea about the milestones of the career of cybersecurity in order to see our future in this regard.
Sure. Are we talking about the same program, Mr. Tahar?
Yes.
Sure. The main, sorry, the machine froze. So okay. The main purpose or the main milestones of this program is more as first to identify the background of the candidates. So we are not taking candidates randomly. Actually, we have a limitation even in number of seats. So first, we identify the background of the candidates just to make sure first, is he suitable for this program or not? Because the program is qualifying candidates for a specific job position. So he need to have a basic computer background, but most important, he should be willing to work in the program. It's a real project-based program. He will be working in many cybersecurity projects. So we need to make sure that he's qualified to do that. Second, there is a foundation level. Some basics foundation he need to be aware of, regardless from which background he came. Then the third phase, we get him involved in real projects. So we will consider the training as an internship. We have a new project, we're going to do a meeting, discuss the project deliverable, the deadline, the responsibility of each team member, and then we're going to start working on that. Of course, he will have access to the program shared folder where he will find all the project document and all the process and policy and all the standards. So we are not sharing even educational material, is more as a project material. And finally, we start qualifying him for the interview. We do a lot of mock interview because sometimes people are quite good in something, but whenever they sit for an interview, they have a problem with that. They cannot express their background or explain their background. So we teach them how to sit for an interview, because usually interviewer is waiting to listen for specific words. You need to make sure that you can support the business. You understand the business stability. After all, what you are doing, you're making sure that the system or the business are stable. You are not a subject for compromisation, for any disaster, for any problem. You have whatever it takes. In case any problem happen, you can recover that. He need to hear that. He need to hear that you know about the standard. Because if you are not following the standard and compliance, you will end up with legal issue to the company. So whenever we have an interview for a professional, there is some key words that we need to learn, we need to hear. We will teach you, we will practice that, we will do a lot of mock interview. And finally, we will help him get the certificate. And we will follow up with him until he ends up with his goal. So the program is for people who have a clear objective and willing to work on it. If someone, he's not sure that maybe this is yes or not, I will not suggest that he will join the program because he will have to do effort. So it's for people who really have a clear objective. They only don't know the best way for doing that or the best approach for doing that.
Many thanks for you.
Most welcome, Mustafa. Gentlemen, ladies, is there any other question?
Hi, Mr. Atef. This is Unahid from Dubai. Just I want to know, this is based in which country, or you can accept a joiner from different countries. The work will be online, or how much?
Sure. The program actually, it doesn't have a specific condition when it comes to the location, because we are covering standards that is applicable in different countries. So in Dubai, we are covering ISR, which is applicable to Dubai government. In Qatar, we are covering the National Information Security Framework because it's applicable there. And actually, all of them came from the same standard, which is ISO 27001. So it's not really a oriented or location based application or program. It can be done from a different location because security is security, and there is a lot of similarity between information security and cybersecurity framework. This is regarding the location of people who are applying for jobs. For the program details and fees, because actually I'm so sorry, the team freeze, so I cannot switch between my screen. But if someone can send the link of the program over the chat, I would really appreciate it. If someone from support can send the program link, it will be really useful.
I will do now. I will do now.
Yes, thank you. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, so the projects themselves, it will be only online. It will not be on site. I mean, you don't have a specific office or institute in Dubai.
We do have an office, but the program will be live online. So it will be an online program, but live session. But we are located actually in UAE, and Maqdam, our office, are located in Qatar. So there is two support channel one in UAE and one in Qatar. But the execution of the program actually will be online, because we need to have a flexibility when it comes for timing, when it comes for long meeting in case we have a project or something like that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome. By the way, our next batch will start the 3rd week of August. We only are starting any batch with only 30 people, 30. So we cannot take more because it has to be limited due to the activity we are doing and the number of assignments and so on. So next batch will be the 3rd week of August. Is there any other questions? Okay, thank you so much. I can see there was a question. Can someone read the question in the chat? I have a problem with Microsoft Team.
No, that was the link of the workshop.
Okay, sorry. Okay. And even you can scan the QR code. It will also open the link. Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. The video link and the program link will be sent to your email. And this email, in case you have any inquiry, technical inquiry about the program, feel free to drop an email for InfoSec4TC at infosec4tc.com. Also, if Maqdam support team can join their email over the chat, it will also be really helpful in case someone also from Qatar has a question or something. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you.
Many thanks.